It's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram Beef.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your herbs and teas at herbsofmaat.com. Maat Sons, the tea of teas, divinely prepared. And for your everyday items, and for your especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morissachi.com. And for those everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for those musical stylings, be sure to check out bhbaymusic.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Khari Goodman Bey. Peace, 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 peace.
Hey, Brian, man, that introduction, man, it was kind of choppy, man. See, can you run that back, man?
Islam.
If you don't mind, run that back.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast is brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your herbs and teas at herbsofmaat.com. Maat Sons, the tea of teas, divinely prepared. And for those musical stylings, be sure to check out bhbaymusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morissachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Khari Goodman Bey. Peace,
Man,
peace,
peace, bro. I wanted to hear that, that intro.
Oh yeah, one more time.
Come on. We in the spirit.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of neither means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram Beef.
Get that together, nobles.
Peace.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace. Shake, you on mute. You're back on mute again. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Peace, 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 peace. How y'all doing, man?
Peace, 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 peace and love. Excellent.
Peace and love, man. Peace, love, and light to everyone. Peace to everyone on YouTube.
Block this person over here being
Okay.
special. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, drop them off.
Okay, hold on.
What use you talking about, Nova?
The Hugh. You see what he just spelled?
Yeah.
All right, here you go. Peace and love. 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 Everybody here on TikTok. Everybody here on YouTube. You know, we're here for positive vibrations. We're here to build. We're here to have a good time. Hold on 1 second. As my moderator getting things going on. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. We'll get this all started. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Anyone else we need to exclude from the cipher?
What did DeMarcus say?
Huh?
What did DeMarcus say?
What did who, Noble?
He was blocked the other dude. I don't think he said anything bad.
I don't know who I blocked, but shoot, man, when the block party is up, it's up. Well, who is DeMarcus?
He was the one, yeah, he was the one, all negative stuff. DeMarcus wasn't saying that.
I didn't block DeMarcus, I don't think.
Yeah, you did. You said it was banned and the comments were removed.
Oh well, my bad. I'll write his name down and join him and tell him apologies, you know. But if you can, if one of y'all can enter me back in, you're more than welcome to do so. If anybody know how to do that. But with that being said, how everybody doing today, man?
Excellent. Quite well. Quite well.
Quite well. Quite well. Gratitude. We're gonna have a little cipher today, man. Not too serious. Just I hope some things that's common. It's a lot of things been going on in our community, especially in this, how can I say, Moorish community. It's a lot of, how can I say it, folly. It's a lot of truth and falsehood mixed in it. And I think, well, I don't think, I know, especially us as adults, it's more than just making TikTok videos. It's more than just snippets. And so when I meet brothers that get into more science, peace, Noble, who that, Ron?
Ron.
Peace, Noble, Ron.
Peace, peace.
Can't hear you. You on mute, brother. He's on mute.
Yeah. Again, his audio issues. Go ahead.
Issue. Okay. Well, once brother get his audio together, we'll let him say peace. But as we proceed with this cipher, once after BBT, we're a group of brothers that's not biased or prejudice or nothing. We are brotherhood. We're not under no religious dogma. We under the triple rose. We have a clear understanding of all three religious rights: the Fatimid, the Jerusalem per se, the Coptic Christian per se. I teach a lot of science that maybe a lot of people never heard of, because most of us, the average brother and sister, just haven't been introduced to it. It's nothing new under the sun. So I use this cipher for brothers, especially that's operate under the so-called Moorish science and say they practicing Moorish science, to be adults and let's clean ourselves up, because the divine is always first. Because we can dress up with all this stuff on, but be in real life promulgating something that's not even Moorish science. So that's what I want, you know, That's why I have these ciphers with my brothers as other Moors come around that may have seen stuff on the internet and taken things and take it for, how can I say, law. So this is what we do at the BBT. You know, when I talk about civics, when we talk about law governs all events. These are things that, when we use the analogy, as we say, we get a flush of field and we reboot our hard drives. You know, can y'all hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
We have to be willing to go through that process to remove all that stuff that's polluted our brain. And this is what I'll be asking brothers, like, what's the reason that you got into this science? What do you think? What have you been told? Because there's a lot of stuff that's not even more science. Like, I'll give you an analogy, brothers and sisters, like sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron. You can't be a sovereign and a citizen at the same time. That's an oxymoron. I mean, all that language is not a foreign national. All this, all that stuff is, I don't know where that language come from. So we have to be willing to say, oh, well, I got this from that. Why? To clean yourself up. Because you can help somebody else. And that's why a lot of people jumped into this more science, because they thought they can get some paperwork and it'd make them a transformer. We have to be honest, because the feds is meaningless. The feds can be a dunce hat. It depends on who's under the auspices. Anybody can buy a feds off Amazon.
Right.
It's just like Malik say Malik teach Wing Chun, and we all under Malik auspices, and we get our uniforms from him. And somebody that know Malik just looking in the window and go buy their uniform off Amazon and then try to come around us and don't want to go through what? The initiation of being a student. The uniform don't make you.
Nope.
This is what I be telling people. The uniform don't make you. I love old Kung Fu movies. I gave this analogy before. Do anybody on here like old Kung Fu movies?
Yep, I do.
Okay, so you remember sometimes when, say, the prince or the prince's father get killed and by an assassin, they got money, they'll try to seek out a killer to come kill them, and everybody will come around and try to get that money. And it'll be one person that hear about it, a court jester dressed up like a killer, but a sucker, don't even know how to hold the sword. But he heard about that money. So he come in dressed like an assassin to try to hustle that bag. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. And I tell brothers and sisters, we have to talk about this, because this is what happens, y'all. And now that I'm on different platforms that I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing different ladies deal with these characters, I didn't even know what was happening like this. I said, oh man, it's a Jedi mind trick going on. And so the feds don't make you. This is what I'm telling people, like, the feds do not make you. That's why I tell everybody, reason why it's only a certain amount of men that's going to be close to me as my Jacobites and my Muftis is because the divine must come first. If the divine don't come first, then you operate off balance. If the divine does not come first, you off balance. Why? Because everything you're doing is in the lower self. All the so-called stuff that you think you in is in the lower self. Why? Because you operate in that manifestation of your lower self. Why? Because the divine is not first. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, and the people say they operate, and they say, and everybody wear their beads and do all this stuff. And I say, well, if your spirit, your divinity is not operating in the flesh, all that stuff is meaningless. All that stuff is meaningless. I tell people that's what protects you. What? The divine. The divine will protect you. How are you operating? What are you doing to protect you when all that comes in the flesh? when a caricature with a fez on, I'm talking to my ladies, come with a fez on and with all that scam stuff and say, oh, I messed up $100,000. I watched this. I know they had heard this before. Oh, I messed up in this and I'm trying to get my son and all this and all this. Can you send me all this, that, and the other? And they your spiritual man and y'all have a spiritual relationship and all this. I know the game. That's why I be laughing. I don't have enough fingers and toes to tell the horror stories. That's why I tell people in my empress is what? The divine comes first. A community. That's what the prophet have in his hand. What do the prophet have in his hand? A woman. What is he standing on? A rope. Come on now. This ain't about us. That's why I be telling these goofball clown boys. I said, dude, this ain't about us. The fez represents the woman. The white fez with the gold tassel represents our stars of the east. So when I'm telling my sisters and I say, who protecting you? You a widow, how? And these brothers are praying on you, how? Because that's a widow, a mother on her own, that's a widow. They have widow's might. This is what I'm saying, you alone, you're not a part of a real community. And so these brothers that can buy your fez and talk that mumbo jumbo stuff, you get covered with what? You get caught up in the rapture. Because there's no community, there's no cover. This is what I be telling brothers and sisters. You won't get caught up in that when you seek out the divine. I guarantee you. The divine gonna always never lead you to a burning house. Always. The divine will never lead you in a burning house. The divine is gonna give you decisions, and whatever decision you make, depending on what spirit is in you, that's the decision that you're gonna make. But you can't say she didn't tell you. You can't say that. None of my brothers, out of all the brothers that came in our brotherhood, because I tell people my door is a revolving door. That came in, most of them brothers destroyed themselves, done stupid stuff. I have brothers trying to go down to the damn DMV and try to say, well, I need to get my name off of this, to the damn DMV. Women at the window, scaring the lady. She don't know what the hell you talking about. They calling the police. Negroes don't want to call me though. See, I know fallacy. I know when people get a little bit of this and get a little bit of this and try to come up with some gumbo and destroy themselves. We have to be honest with this, man. More science is not no criminal behavior. We're not here to overthrow no government. We're not no Islamic sect. We're not no political, none of that. If people from the More Science Temple of America, they have to tell the truth, because I'm from the temple as well. I'm educated as well, and I had to get my own temple and school for brothers that wanted to learn. With no dogma. That's why we created the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. That's why we have our own charter. That's why we have our own school ID. But I'm from the temple, and we have bylaws and divine creed and proclamations, and we have a book, How the Prophet Set the Temple Up, and what everybody be talking on the internet is pretty much pseudo. Clearly, because you can get the letter from the CCRD telling you that the 10998 is no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. And the book, How the Temple was set up, with all the information, what a body politic is, what a government is all there. So I don't know how. Nobody is confused. That's why I always tell people, if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. It's the individuals that's in the temples now that's mixed in truth and falsehood. That's what that is. So we can't blame the structure. The structure, that's the structure. It's what's inside the structure that make it right. Are y'all watching me?
Yep.
Islam.
This conversation needs to be had today, because man, we talk science all the time, and like I said, when I cast my net out, you're only going to get a few hearts, the ones that's real, and those the ones that spread out and get others. That's how this works. Look what's happening right now. People say the age of Aquarius. People say, oh, the new world order. What? Information at your hand. The finger get pointed right back at you. Why? Because we know. We know better. And when we know better, we're supposed to do better. Think about what I'm saying. Especially my brothers that say they operate under Moorish science, of a Moorish science, and they ain't even read their Moorish Quran, Malik. And they on the internet, oh, Jesus this, or we hate, that's the white man. Clearly, you ain't read your Moorish Quran. Clearly. The Moorish Quran, they talk about Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. They talk about the 18 mission years of Jesus' life and why it was taken out and why it was hidden. What? Jesus. You don't talk about the 18 missing years of no Muhammad. They talk about the 18 missing years of Jesus. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. So what are we sitting up here like it's some fallacy or like you don't know what I'm talking about? Because the divine does not come first. And if you operate under more science and the prophet has a holy book that he gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared from other wisdom, and not no Aquarian gospels from the Unto Thee I Grant, from the Vistas, from the Brahmin text, and other manuals, Eliseus Levi was none but a transcriber. So if the prophet gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared a spiritual manuscript just to get your divineness ready to accept some other stuff, and you ain't even ready to understand it and ingest it and breathe it and love it and understand and be able to have a quickening spirit and be able to be led with truth, then come on. That's why people get caught up. You don't hear no Moors talking about the Moorish Quran. No, they talk all this stuff. Oh, I can show you how to get this. I can do this. No divine, nothing, no work with nobody. It's all trying to scam. Think about what I'm saying. That's a joke. Now, did we barter with each other in the community? That's what I'm talking about. Community. Yes, a community where you can barter, where it's individuals that have land like myself and my Moochies. We have acres. We can share this stuff with people. If people are ready in position to be like, man, we can put a greenhouse on the land and grow fruits and vegetables. We can do this. This is what I'm talking about, community, because we started some stuff. This is what we show people, like we started some things. It's contingent on more people. I ain't get hustled by nobody that said they was finna open a school and people gave them millions. Ain't nobody gave me no millions. But I know for damn sure if some millions came in, we'd have temples all over. Basketball teams, youth centers, learning centers, daycares, all that. Why? Because we do it now. We just do it on a bigger scale. Mm-hmm. That's all. Because my brother's already doing these things in real life. So this is what I'm saying. We have to be honest with what we promulgate out here as more science. Nothing that you should get into should get you in trouble. Nobody should be having no type of more science. Nobody should be in trouble talking about, oh, I got to go fight some case. Over what? Or you canceling some corporate debt. You don't have no corporate debt. Everything you sign, you is a willing obligor. Who told you about something? You got some corporate debt. Oh, and you'll have to pay this, some adverse stuff. That's caca. That's caca. I'm telling you, man, it's a waste of time. And don't go into these contracts without reading. I tell everybody what, read the damn contract. What? Anything you get, read it. Read the contract. You don't have to go on that contract if you don't want to. You didn't do nothing. They didn't put no gun to your head. You were under duress. Don't sign the contract. And this is what I tell people. Don't get caught up being no paper terrorist. I have to be clear to brothers and be specific when I talk about this. This stuff has led people in trouble. That's Roger Elvick's movement. That's paradigm group movement. That is not more science. That's people that came to their own people and figured out a way to what? Hustle you out of something and put you back in slavery on paper, because can't no individual like myself or nobody else on this God-fearing earth can do anything to you but make you part of their religious group, or if they are Prince Hall Mason, make you oath-taking lower-level snowman Mason. That's all they can do for you. So we have to have these conversations, brothers and sisters, because I know what's happening in this world. Peace, Noble Alonzo. Sometimes we don't talk about it, but my email was flooded because I'm on Peace, because I'm on a different platform now, and people be asking me stuff, and I'll be seeing things, and they be like, "Well, do you know this person? She in Chicago. He been hustling girls and all this and this, getting money from them, telling me gonna do this." I said, "No." I said, "The divine must come first." Anybody hit you up on social media, the same language is scam. I'll be telling people, just affairs don't make you wise. This is what I tell people, like, what you mean? Affairs do not make you wise. The divine comes first. What will stop you from doing that stuff? You know?
Yep.
And all I'm saying is, and people have to be honest with the horror stories, you know, and people have to be able to stand and be like, yep, you know what? I was wrong when this happened. Not cowered up and go in the corner and watch somebody fall down in that same quicksand, drive their car down the same road where all the traps at. Soon as they get right there, quicksand, lions and tigers eat them up. And you standing right there like, damn, that happened to me, but I survived. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. That's why I love my muftis and I love the regular adults that's not afraid to have these conversations. Why? Because people be coming to me. I see it with all this stuff. You have to peel back, Noble Malik. You have to peel back all this stuff. Well, did you hear about this person? He said you could claim this and that. I said, okay, well, who claimed what? We talk about dot numbers. What else?
CCRD.
Dot numbers, Free Information Act. What else? Precedent in law cases.
Precedent in law cases.
So when we talking about things, we have to be what? Correct on what we're saying. Because if you're saying something, especially if it was in the courts, then it's a dot number. It's a thing called the Free Information Act.
Mm-hmm.
So it's certain tools that we can use to say, okay, well, let's use the tools to see if this hogwash. Right?
Yep.
So what does 1 Thessalonians 5:21 say?
Prove all things, hold fast to what is good.
See, you notice because it's been embedded in you. So when certain things come, that come right in your brain off the top, no matter how nobody dressed. The same way Malik operate in the real world, where people come to him, different religious people, and they come with their dogmatic perspective. It's easy to rise above. It's easy. There's no confrontation. And when brothers come with that mumbo jumbo stuff, I tell people that's not everybody's cipher. Watch this. Have y'all ever seen in Living Color when one of the Wayne brothers was locked up and he was just talking using all those big words?
Yeah, I remember.
So when I say you could just be dumped with a whole bunch of information, just data, you got a whole bunch of data, right? You just got data. What you gonna do with that data? I'll give you an analogy. You go to all these self-help places. You read Rich Dad Poor Dad from front and back. You got it. You signed it. You like, oh, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, but are you Rich Dad or are you Poor Dad? Are those things manifesting? What I'm saying is, what are we? You say what, Noble?
It takes application.
Yeah, that means because when you see what people have done to success, you like, wait a minute, the success was this, not nothing that got you here. Say this is what I've done to be successful. You know, think about what I just said.
You can read all of that, but if you're not applying the stuff that you learned, it doesn't mean anything.
And realistically, coming from money and all these things, when you do the research, I sent y'all some information about a lot of families, you know what I mean, of the world. As people start reading things, when you're able to get into real civics and understand how the world is connected, understand how you can operate. The reason why we operate how we operate is because a certain reason of laws, especially religious laws, that's going to be here to the end of time. And if we don't organize and use that, then we're going to be the ones complaining. That's why I don't complain. I tell everybody it's no reason to complain when you know how to be in the arena of the game. If you want to play basketball, you playing to win, right? Even though it's rules, right, Malik?
Right. Yep.
But you in the game to win. How? Because it's strategy. So now, if this is the game of life, everybody read the books. Have you read the Game of Life? Yeah, fool, I read the Game of Life. I'm playing it. It's rules in the game. I'm trying to win this game. I'm doing damn good. It's about to really pop off. So what we're talking about is using the tools. It's systems. It ain't magic. It's systems. It's systems in place. When you put these systems in place, what? It works. Why? Because it's gonna work over the ages. That's why. You save $1,000, you save $100 a month in 12 months. You got what? 1,200, right?
Yep.
That works. So just imagine on a vibrational mode when it happens like that. When we say things can be done. That's why I always be positive, because I ain't worried about what the other man did to Tito. How do you know how everybody talking about what Drewski did, making a mockery of those preachers? Yeah. Yeah, it should have been. Why? Because they ain't mocking God. They mocking the goofballs that's doing it. What the hell are we talking about? People talk about, oh, he mocking God. How the hell can you mock God? I ain't never seen God or Yahushua or nobody come from nowhere and come down on no damn with no Louis Vuitton on or no Gucci. I seen preachers do it. I seen preachers run across the money. I seen that with my eyes.
All right.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Seen that.
No, let's just, and I'm saying sometimes we do have to have these conversations. You're like, wait a minute now, who's crazy?
The people that's supposed to be proving all things.
Come on, Malik. And this is what I be saying, like, they not crazy. This is a what I'm telling people, we always have the power. This is what I tell who? The people. The people always had the power. The gathering of people, it always was like that. Without the people, it's nothing.
Yep.
This is what I tell people. A dollar from 1 million people is $1 million. They say that ain't nothing. Man, do you know what our movement will do with $1 million? You know the lives that have changed, the infrastructure that we will be able to do in our communities?
Yep.
Man, the things that we know, just like when people talk about civics, and I say, okay, well, most people are doing things and they might be advocates or activists for personal gain. For me, we do things for the community. So it's easy to sit down and talk about, how can we say, tax exempt status and educate our brothers and sisters that work a job on tax exempt status and the ins and out of that, and how you can support your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. And then you can build infrastructure. We don't have those conversations. The church don't talk about it. The church is tax exempt for the federal government, religious, charitable, scientific, educational. So not only that, the pastor, most of the churches have a parsonage. The pastor's supposed to stay in a parsonage. So that's free. The pastor card be free. So everything is tax exempt. So if that's the case, the people should be able to take advantage of that same tax exempt status. How? When you give your donations and say if Noble Malik has a basketball camp or he want to have a basketball team under that auspices, he should be able to be under that auspices, under the tax exempt status, to where not only he can solicit companies for donations, he can write companies for monetary and tangible, and then ask the families for donations. Why? Because he can give them a tax exempt receipt. And not only that, it's doing a good for the youth. Why? Because if that money wasn't coming in to support, the camps and the basketball and to have the training and all that and to get balls and all that, it'd have to cost. But now we're under the auspices of this is our spiritual head. This is part of ministry. All those things is ministry. So when people say we don't have nothing, because it's no ministry. It's just mega churches. It's no ministry. Ministry, just like in business, you got a circle and then everything off that circle. Those entities off that big pie. That's what I'm talking about. And that's how we use our money. How? That we give in Uncle Sam. Easily. We cipher it to our religious and charitable contribution of our choice. And that's how you build infrastructure. In a calendar year, we buy a building, our center. Money. That's how money keep coming in. You give everybody a tax exempt receipt. I'm just giving you an analogy. All the lights go on. Because you're not buying no raggedy stuff. You're just buying something in the city that the city left. Because the people left. Right in the urban or so-called the hardest hit community. Especially like in the city of Flint. There's so many churches that's available. That all you got to do is cut the power back on them, boom, and change all the decor. I'm just having these conversations with brothers and sisters because this is the new year, man. There's so much stuff that's been happening in the world and that people pick sides. It's crazy, but we don't have these conversations. Remember I told y'all, social media is a multi-billion-dollar industry to make misnomer Black people look like some fools. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, they did it with COVID.
I'm telling you.
They did it. Everybody went and bought toilet paper. They're gonna be locked in the house and buy toilet paper and paper towel. That is just the goofiest stuff I ever heard of. Be locked up. You got washcloths at home, man, and a shower.
And they got us going against each other, adults picking sides. You know, in the real world, because man, I told y'all, like, it's so crazy when we say that the youth is the future, and then the youth can look back, because it is a social media world. And that's because I talk to the young people. This is what they were telling me. They were like, how can we respect older men? There ain't nothing wrong with doing podcasts like what you doing, Sheik. But they like when these men get these podcasts and they come on and they act like they want to fight. And I already knew what they was talking about. They were talking about Corey Holcomb and my man Anton Daniels. And I was like, I know what y'all brothers talking about. They was like, yeah. And they were like, neither. And one of the brothers was locked up, a young man. He was like, neither of them brothers wanted to do nothing. Because if you was real, you would go outside and you would throw them things like you know how to do, Sheik. I was cracking up. I said, yeah, because ain't nobody finna be barking in nobody's face. Got no real movement. Nobody give a damn. You got no security. If y'all go knuckle up, you go knuckle up. It's a wrap. Get your lip bust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that. But the thing is, the image was portrayed out there when it's like that, and how we would damn near fight over how can I say, just because we may have some differences. And when I tell y'all all this stuff be a setup for ratings, when you have an eye, why? Because neither one of them brothers want to do nothing to nobody. I'm telling you, it's always deeper. It's for ratings, to have people doing this against each other. Now you got people, Corey Holcomb won, Anton Daniels won. What? More separation on some niggerly stuff. This is caricature stuff. And people don't even see this. I said, dude, but this is the programming. That's what's popular. That's the algorithm. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. And these men damn near, I don't know, maybe 60. That type of energy we have to each other. This is what I'm telling each other, brothers. This the energy we have with each other. And then they say, well, do Black Lives Matter and all that? Clearly it don't. When two grown old Negroes will be on the internet, damn near barking at each other like they want to tear each other's head off. Won't do that to no other individual, the other man, or nothing on no serious note, but be on live and get a whole bunch of views and all that for that type of energy. This is what I'm saying. This is what Malcolm was talking about. This is what Malcolm X was talking about. It's just on social media now. Because look, these are supposed to be the voices of our people. See? I don't see no other group of people doing this. I don't see no other European communities doing this. I don't see them on them podcasts bashing each other. I don't see it. I don't see it. And everybody knows it's a messed up energy. And they've been doing this to us for decades. And they got a pictorial with, like during COVID, with that conscious community, with all that, the Moors versus the Hebrew this versus the Egyptian is, all that negative energy. That's where all this stuff come from. And look what it's done. Look what it's done. It done balloon it done spiral out of control. Now you got people on the internet now going around debating Muslims and Christians, debating this and doing this, and the millions of views. Like, and it be our own people. It's like, dude, I told y'all religion separate us. That's the one that the worst. What's the number one threat to us? Religion. Why? Because you see how people use it. They'll kill you over it. Who's somebody that look like you, that ate beans and rice like you, just like you. Ain't that crazy? And it's one nationality, many cultures, and people don't even understand it. Like, I'd be like, this is asinine. And a lot of that stuff can be easily destroyed from scholarship. But people get so embedded with a belief system. They are damn lion, but they think they a zebra, as Malik always say. Because I mean, we've been kicking so much science, man. Like I said, I just wanted to come from the heart today. I ain't have too much. I mean, because like I said, a lot of the stuff, a lot of brothers, they be looking for the wrong thing. when they come around me. And I already know it. Why? It'd be like when I deal with the spiritual drunk. Not saying you drink alcohol all the time and it's coming out your pores, but your lower self is on the same analogy as being drunk. So when that spirit comes around me, I already know what it is. Why? Because I done this. And I asked the right questions. And it's only a few men that's going to be honorable. That's in all life. And a few don't mean small. A tittle, a remnant can be a lot. Think about what I'm saying when I'm speaking in the spirit. A tittle can be a lot. That's all you want. You want righteous men. Just like when I had a conversation with my European Mason brothers, Scottish Rite, and they bring their kids up in it. And then I talk to my so-called brothers, that's Prince Hall Masons, a lot of the older men, and I say, well, how? And then a lot of the younger men, I say, well, did you get into this for your dad? No, I found this on my own. I met one brother that his dad was a Mason, and then he a preacher, and then we had a discussion. He was like, man, damn, I ain't even never studied that. They don't even keep us there. I said, well, I know, but it's okay. That's why you my brother, I'm telling you. But a long story short, a lot of brothers don't even be knowing this. They don't even have a clue. And this is what I'm saying. And these discussions won't be had. Why? Because of the ego. Because if it's so great, it should be promulgated to the kids. You should have junior this, junior that. If it's so great, it should be no secret. It should be safe.
They buried you in a shallow grave.
Yes. Yes, Malik. And this all we be talking about. I said, no, y'all. We not, this ain't about nobody else. This is not about nobody else.
The cold part is so shallow, they think that it's deep. Did you hear that? It's so shallow, they think it's deep.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, Malik.
It's only 33 degrees at a 720. It's shallow. That's the understanding. It's shallow.
Noble Malik, but when you're on your knees, it feel like you deep. It feel like you deep in.
It's so shallow, it's deep.
Stand up.
Stand up in a rise.
Stand up in a rise. Kumbaya, my dog.
See? But do you see how simple it is when you say we ain't changing it, we illuminating what you thought was it. How do you know? I was told. Okay, well, let's see what you was told. What you was told is all fugazi, is what we telling you. You're supposed to be able to prove all things. If it's written, what we talking about now? We don't have a problem with nobody doing 5 salats. When we say we under the triple rows, but we do the al salat. In the ayahs, that's the time for who? God to rest. We are gods. The other time was for the so-called slave. It's in the ayats. I don't have to make this stuff up. Everyone know what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with nobody that's Orthodox. I'm not Orthodox. I tell everybody this all day. Do I understand it? Yes. I love martial arts. So in martial arts, you will see a lot of signs and symbols on a lot of the senseis and a lot of the masters. That mean they were Orthodox or religious, not just they deal with the martial arts, but they also deal with the spiritual. That gave them that extra over a lot of individuals that were just working in the lower self. Y'all follow me?
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, and sometimes that so-called 6-point star represented their orthodoxy. And this is what I tell my brothers and sisters when you're dealing with us. The divine has to come first. You have to be able to, that's what the brotherhood of Melchizedek is. If Jesus, Yahushua, whatever you want to say, was under the brotherhood of Melchizedek, and everybody act like, well, we don't know what Melchizedek is. Why? Because that's what they took out the biblical scriptures. Because if Melchizedek and all this stuff relating to Enoch, and this relating to some other stuff I can show you in Metatron and all this stuff that I can show you in the biblical scriptures and all these Hebrew codes and stuff written in the biblical scriptures you don't see, you'd be like, well, these are what? Prerequisites. Yeah. Just like it says, didn't you read this in the book of Yasher? Just like I tell you, the Bible that you have in your hand, I don't care what version you have, speaks about almost 20 some books that goes along with that Bible that you have in your hand. So then, if anything, I don't care what version you have, if you have all those missing pieces, you have a fragment of something.
Hmm. Hmm.
Think about what I'm saying, brothers and sisters. Like, now, come on. You have a fragment. I'm not saying you don't have nothing. I didn't say that. I didn't say you don't have nothing. I didn't say this, nothing, but you do have a fragment of something. If we're going to put a puzzle together and we say, throw it all out there and I just use myself and I say, I'm done. And then here come along Malik. Malik say, you ain't done. You say, yes, I am. Because this is what the book all said is. Malik's like, you don't have no eye. You're going to say the book speaks about 20 some books that you should have. How you got here and you ain't got here. You done filled in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
Don't the Bible it says, didn't you read this in the book of Yasher with like a question mark? That's a question. You be like, what you mean, didn't you read this in the book of Yasher? No, I didn't. Well, I think you should go back and read it. And the Bible and the Quran is synchronized. This is what I be telling people. When you come from a level of peace, when you come from the right initiation ain't wrong. From a white belt to whatever belt, that's a form of initiation. JV to varsity to pros, that's a form of initiation. Your craft, your understanding. It takes skills and craft. So what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. This is no other way. This is what I'm saying to my brothers and sisters. This ain't about nobody else. It's about us to be like, you know what, stand up and tell the truth.
I love somebody.
That's what this is about. All the brothers that took over, because to be one, you must know one. Okay, well, come from about the shallow grade, come from about the so-called secret in the halls and tell the people what it's really about. If Freemasonry and Prince Hall Masonry is so good, tell the people why you call yourself a widow son. And my European Masons will call themselves a son or a daughter of a Muslim. Why we can't have that dialogue? Why when I get the Atlantis of latter days and the European call itself L.E. Rose and it's all about the Osiris mysteries? Huh? I'm just asking my brothers and sisters, because we got to stop this and saying somebody else done this to us. No, we ain't. I can go all through history. I can't even say it over and over because I teach in circles. I already told y'all about Signs and Symbols of the Primordial Man. Who wrote that book?
Is that George G.M. James?
No. It wasn't Peter Lambert Wilson.
Albert Church Ward.
Albert Church Ward. And then George G.M. James, all his books, Natural Genesis. These were Europeans that was truth tellers. You know, they told you what this science is. And then today, we talk about this some oath and we call ourselves some widow son. How can you be a widow son? Let's ask them, why do we call ourselves some widow son? Why? This ain't no widow's might. We sons and daughters of Muslims. If my European Masons will tell you that they sons of Muslims, how can we not be? How are we a widow son? Can you explain that to me, my Masonic brothers?
I'll wait.
Why will my European Masons, Scottish Rite, when they give credit to Noble Drew Ali on his 135th birthday, when he said, how y'all Masons don't know who Noble Drew Ali is? When he get the book Arabian Nights and the European got the fez on with Islam on there, and he's showing that book with all of everybody know each other and all these times, just like the Moorish Zionist Temple of the Jews, all during this same time, how my Masonic brothers act like they don't know? I mean, come on, man. I'm just saying. And the Bible says we don't take no oath. So if you preach it and all they say you took an oath, what have you took an oath to? What oath have you took from some archine? Because in the Bible, if you a minister of the Christ, you don't take no oath to no man.
Nope.
Pertaining to your text. Because if that's the case, if you took an oath and watch this, and you a Freemason, so you don't, your deacons don't know what your lodge brothers know. So you got deacons at your church, and then you got lodge members at your lodge. What are we talking about? You see?
Nothing.
That's all I'm saying. When I say, come on, people got to stop that. This man is no, it's us. It's us been doing us. This stuff is an old Jedi mind trick. Just big. YouTube and social media is bigger. This is what Stephen Coakley was talking about. All Stephen, people like, who is Stephen Coakley? Pull up Stephen Coakley old videos. You'll be like, damn. They just fell overboard. They just went, they didn't have that much balance per se. Not saying that they didn't, but they went in for the cause. That's what you might want to say. But I'm not going to be no martyr. We're going to be a living example. We doing something with it. This ain't about me. And this is what I'll be telling people. This is nothing new under the sun. No one done unto us. It's our own people. When I say the Greek is a fraud, I say, hey, okay, what do the teachers say? When Stephen Coakley got all these videos, when you see Bobby Hemmett there, when you see Bobby Hemmett at C. Freeman L teachers, when you see Khalid Muhammad, all that during that time, them brothers was all on the scene around each other. They wasn't hating on each other. They weren't doing no videos dissing each other. On Tony Brown's Joners, when they were at Birmingham University, when you had Dr. Ben, and I forget the other two PhDs on there, they weren't on there discrediting each other. This is what I'm saying. Like, how can we say we scholars and all this, and we got a different science, we got a different word? That's asinine. That's not scholarship. That's not history. That's not history. The history that we tell, that I teach, is peer-reviewed scholarly research. It's prehistory. When you talk about the Dark Ages and the medieval times, and before some 1619 and all this, I'm talking about this in Europe, everywhere. The ancient and modern Britons, all in Russia. I'm talking about a certain type of demographics and ethnicity. So when we can talk about history. When people talk about, well, the Moors were Arabs. No, they won't. They were freemen. They were Amazigians. Now, if we can get technically the ancient Arab, now when you say modern, go ahead, Noble.
There's the Arab.
Yes.
R-A-P, not the R-A-B.
Yes. And it's been proven. We share this history with you. So it's nothing to debate with somebody that be coming in and they don't like their own kind, where they say, well, this is that. Clearly, how are you going to disrespect the people that was there? Just like how are you going to disrespect the cartographers that was in that time that pinpointed what they saw? How are you going to discredit the people the first hand? This is what we do because we don't like our own kind. They done did Crips and Bloods. They done took the so-called pentagram and a so-called 6-point star and done degraded it and put it like in Crips and Bloods with Negroes and made them kill each other. Don't know both of them is Kabbalic science. Don't know both of them is male and woman coming together. Don't know none of it is the esoteric wisdom of what we teach. They belong to us because if brothers had this, they wouldn't be in no gangs. They'd be in this type of brotherhood. This is the uplifting of fallen humanity. This is the growth and development. You don't have to go to prison to, oh, I have an epiphany. After all the killing I did, I'm gonna come out and do this. No, we can do this now. We can support this now. And when brothers that need support that's righteous, they have something to look forward to. Come on, man. We a community. We Moors. I'm telling you, you can go to any city hall. I bet you they got it in the mayor's office of who we are on paper, the Declaration Proclamation. And the first time it was signed, it was in 1985. Research it. They got it in the mayor's office. Hell, it's a Moorish Science Temple of America in my city of Flint, Michigan, that's been there forever. It's a historic monument. We Moors on paper. This is what I tell people. We are Moorish Americans on paper. What makes us Moorish Americans? Because we're born here with what? African Moroccan descent. What type of American I am? I'm a Moorish American. I'm proud to be American. My family ain't come over here on no boat. I ain't saying some people family didn't.
A lot of people family did, but it wasn't no slave ship. It was a servitude.
And see, Malik, and how am I noble to speak freely of this? Because this is real civics. We done the work. It's like, dude, come on. We talk about people, diaries and charters. We talk about, give you manuscripts like the One World Tartarians and show you historical things in history. Like it didn't happen like that.
Yeah, they have no proof of what they taught you in school.
You
And I said,
know,
go ahead, show me. Show me in the was it not the Library of Congress, but the Library of Congress. Show me a uniform commercial code sheet with all these ships that had slaves on it. Show me one. I'll wait.
you're not gonna
I'll
find
wait.
it.
Yeah, right. They're gonna keep building them old fake museums and saying, "Oh, this is the slave ship. Oh, this is the astronaut. Oh," and the astronaut can't even fit in the backpack with his backpack into the door. Like, come on, man. Like, they'd be lying all the way around. But you have to be able to see it with your own eye because the truth be right in front of you.
Yeah.
It's no different than asking people, "Are we a democracy or are we a republic?" And I'll just tell somebody, "Well, say the Pledge of Allegiance," and then come back and tell me.
And I just showed people what the history of that. I shared it on my page about Democrat and Republican, and it really wasn't even, all that stuff wasn't even ratified. It's like people just be talking. Like when I talk about the 14th Amendment, I say, man, brothers will put you because you like how they look, and that stuff don't even be making no sense.
They all
Like,
one big party.
yes, just like, no, I'm not gonna say the person name. This person got a big internet more show. He be rapping and all this stuff. And then when he and the stuff, let me just ask everybody like this. Are we black?
No.
Okay. So we're not black and you say you're a sheep, I hope you promulgate something that you know. Number two, when we say what's your nationality, Moorish American, what's your race?
Asiatic.
We say Asiatic status, we say free white. Now, it's science. It's science in that we're not saying we white people. And when you hear these people, they're like, oh, dude, that ain't even talking about us. I say, well, we not black. I say, you ain't here. What's our nationality? Moorish American. What's my race? I choose Asiatic. What's my status? Free white. I choose it. By law, I ain't saying I'm not white. So what do it mean? Smart guy. And see, what people be playing around, they be playing with you because they don't know. Because if we're not black, we just broke down what we talk about. We talk about amnesty oath. We proclaim, declare, have due process. So that's our choice. That's my religious right. That's what I understand. So not understanding all this and then understanding a lot of things is wrapped up in masonry and military stuff. When we talk about the SF-181 form, you have to understand what the SF-181 form and the SF-180 form persist of, because it do mean something.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't mean nothing, it clearly asks you a question. It asks you a question. And so when people be telling me about, well, when the census come around, would you sign it? Okay, well, it just depends on how I'm operating. I know who I am. I'm gonna sign it the right way. That's how. If we trying to do something in the community and say it's going around, I'm just saying whatever. If people would say, well, I'm gonna sign it because of this, whatever, I hope you know how to sign it. And just because you signed it, that's your choice. But I hope you signed it the proper way, how to sign things. And say if that happened and everybody knew that as so-called African Americans, the algorithm would change. Think about it, because everybody would be signing what? A specific way. Where were all the misnomer black slaves at?
Hello.
That's willingly signed. They ain't catch that, did they?
Nope, they sure didn't.
They ain't catch that.
Nope.
They ain't catch that. These are the conversations that need to be had. It ain't nothing about all that criminal stuff. What is understanding to be a nation, understanding who you are lawfully. If everybody else can do it, why you can't do it?
Good question.
That's what I'm saying. Why are we worried about some so-called $5 Indian? Why are we as brothers and sisters not teaching the right way? One nationality, many cultures, like the prophet did.
We are
like Mordecai and them did when they had all the brothers come together, all the different brothers of science, no matter what craft, but understood that they were Moors. Why are we not doing that? This is all I'm asking my brothers. Why are we not doing that? Like why? If somebody wear a turban with the feathers and then some women wear feathers and all this, how people different? Because they tunic different. We don't let people draw a line down our back and say we this and we that, we the other. We on the same damn region.
It's ego.
Yes. This all I'm saying, like, are we crazy? That's why we don't have nothing. You look up at infrastructure for Moors, nothing. That's why I like elders, because the temple, some of the old temples is there, but a lot of the stuff is just perverted because the science got perverted. Became some in living color stuff, or people that took the feds off and trying to say your money is attached to this or your social security is attached to this. It's a whole bunch of folly, and it's a whole bunch of people playing court. That's not more science.
Nope.
That's all I'm telling people. That's not more science. People talk about they demonstrating. I said, what you mean? Demonstrating what? We out here telling people who they nationality is with. Who? Who you telling? Man, come on, man. Like, so that's all I wanted to talk about today is us have a conversation, and this ain't about nobody else. This is about us. A lot of people have took oath to be agitators, to be confusers, to jump right in the midst of us and tell us a whole bunch of stuff, to have us playing Crips and Bloods. This is what I'm telling us, and it's all like a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Think about what I just said, y'all. It's a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Think about what I said. It's all ratings. It's just like when we say all presidents know each other, they under one brotherhood. The same thing what I'm telling y'all. These people done premeditated on what? The innocent people. They premeditated this. This shit was thought out. I'm telling you, I know calculated plan. I know how to do this. I know tricknology. I study this shit in real life. Tricknology has been played on who? The poor people. For ratings, for shits and giggles, and for money. I'm telling you, by some freaking court gestures. I'm telling you. That's why I already did my tarot card. That's why I tell people stuff we already done. I'll talk about it, but I bet you them Negroes right here, I know both of they handle. I know that's some old fraternity shit. Excuse my candor. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's the adverse, it's the covert thing that happened. Oh man, it's premeditated. That wasn't no impromptu. I'm telling you what I know. We're the only group of people that we do this to and get played upon. Come on, and the real ones, come on, man, we got to stop that, man. And the last thing I have to put this out there, because I don't even really talk about too much current event stuff. But there's a lot of people that follow me from my city. Peace to my brother Armand. Peace, the love and strength to you, brother. You know I love you. That's one of my homies. When I went back to my city of Flint, I did the union. I love that brother. We went through a lot with each other. That's I got so much love for the brother. But anyway, I want to tell brothers and sisters, man, don't ever get into something that you can't ask questions. Don't ever get into something that you can't ask questions, man. For all my brothers, you say what, Noble?
I said real talk.
I'm serious. I'm serious. After we close, don't get into nothing where you can't ask no questions and you afraid to say something. You're afraid to say, well, if this means this, well, what about this? We can't do that with each other, man. And so I'm saying, I know a lot of stuff, what I'm saying is not because I don't talk about current events too much, but I do want to close with it's something that's going on in my city, even though I ain't there, but I'm getting ready to go back, which I think is some of the most outlandish stuff. Look how we pick, choose, and size with people just on an image that they display on social media, and they haven't done nothing for nobody but good. How all the people, there's so many people in our city of Flint, Nobles, that's hating on Clarissa Shields. They making videos of mockery and all these caricatures of a young woman that came from the streets of city of Flint, overcame so much and became not one of, but the best in her craft. Done so much for the city of Flint, do so much inspiration for young girls and even young men, done so much in the city. To see that person do that, and just because they still, to me, a child, because she's 30.
They're like, people forget that they're human.
But what I'm saying, just imagine if we had social media back then when we was 30. This is what I've been telling people. We're the only group of people that do that, that you build a person so up just to tear them down. They don't tear Cardi B down. They don't tear nobody else down that's doing the same thing. Hell, it's 50-year-old women going out right now dressing on the internet that's half naked. They're sleeping with a married man right now.
Trying to be 20.
Right.
But be mad that an older man dating a younger woman, but yeah, you still try to look young. Make it make sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
And so I'll be saying the energy that we have with each other, why we don't love each other. We don't look at the good of a person. We look at what a person doing on the internet. Some person, but not hurting nobody, not robbing nobody, not stealing nobody, not doing that, enjoying themselves. All that as a young, successful person. And we don't celebrate success. Like, that's crazy to me, man. And that's why I say the energy, when I tell people, y'all don't see this Jedi mind trick being played on us. And that's what I wanted to show people. And that's what really stuck out when Homegirl was like, have you seen that podcast with my man, Corey Holcomb, the comedian, and the other dude, Anton Daniels from Detroit, that's a podcast dude. And I said, no. And she said, well, watch it and tell me what you see. I watched it. I was like, oh, man, I feel bad. Not from I don't know, to be honest, because of how somebody feel or some different of opinions. Corey Holcomb said that the dude, we don't talk about white people the way he talk about black people. I don't know, but that was something like that. You have to watch it. But then they act like they finna fight. I said, oh, what they showing is like Negroes is mad dogs. And whoever sponsoring that stuff, they went for the dollar. That's all I'm telling you. And that's the only way we make money. Who is to make a mockery of each other? That's how they make money off of it. And the internet is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So that was a premeditated.
I don't watch that crap. Anyway, I just happened
Me
to
neither.
a little snippet, and then it was just the end, but it didn't say what they was arguing about. But I didn't feel like going to it because it don't matter to me.
So I just tell people to be careful, even with that, man, and with all the Moors with Fez' on. Just because a man have a Fez on does not mean he righteous. If you start dealing with a Moor and the first thing Empress is here in your inbox talk about he done lost 100,000 or his kid, that he done got custody of his kid and he ain't got no food and no clothes and he been living in the shelter, you should know that's cap. Why would you want to deal with something like that? Why would you let that energy in there? This ain't charity. He need to go to the damn Catholic charities in his state. I'm just telling my empresses because I'm talking to somebody. You know I am.
Yeah.
And I'm saving somebody, but I'm talking to somebody. You know it. I know it. You know it, empresses. If it's a plethora of y'all on here, or if you're going through it right now and you done got them emails from them jacklegs, all of the emails are the same. It's a scam. I'm telling you, it's a scam. It's premeditated. I'm telling you. Now, I done warned y'all, empresses, be careful of a Negro with a Fez on. That don't mean nothing. It don't. They'll rob and steal from you with a Fez on.
Yep, that's the cold part.
I'm telling you the truth. That's why I'm gonna always be honest. I said, no, they'll rob and steal with a Fez on. They'll talk all that spiritual stuff in your inbox and it'd be totally different. I'm telling you what I know. Be careful. Especially if you on the internet and you say you a goddess and you went to all these spirits and you talk about you read tarot cards and you get caught up with some court gesture. It's some real men out here. It's only a few. So with that, I say, y'all stay honest. Ask any questions that y'all want. We here for y'all, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. We do teach systematically, but I just wanted to have a conversation with y'all because I teach so much, and sometimes it's just good to have a conversation to give yourself a balance, to do a diagnostic on everyone to see how they feel, laugh. It always not that serious, but it is serious,
Yep.
And that's what I want. That's what I want to show people as well. We have a balance. We are real people. We work in the world. We love each other. So any questions that people have, if they promulgate something that's more science, something that you think is not right, you might not want to ask that individual, or just in your spirit, you can come and ask us. You can hit me up anytime, an email or a text, and be like, "She, boom, boom, boom." I'm like, well, check this out. Check this out. Because when it comes down to this law stuff, come on, man, we don't already illuminated that. Anybody else that's dealing with anything else is uncivilized, and anything that you bring to you, you welcomed it. It's just like getting bit by the vampire. You got to let the vampire in.
Yeah, they got to be invited.
Yeah.
They got to be invited to get. They got to be invited to get bited, to get bit.
You see what I'm saying? So I know what'll go on, and I tell people to be very, very careful with this internet, with these people, with these caricatures, because it's nothing new. And I tell y'all, we look up Roger Elvick, look up the Paradigm Group, and I don't have to say names. I don't debate. I just ask people, have you dealt with that? If you have, what have happened to you? I know men that's 50 that's going in jail right now. I know people that done squatting houses, lost everything. I know people that done all this stuff that they listen to somebody when they get in trouble, they have to plead to the courts and get a court-appointed attorney. And when they talk that old CMV stuff, they be like, what the hell is you talking about? They'll put you in the straitjacket. And I know these people real names, they government names. They put their ass in straitjackets, came out. See, a lot of person that blow wolf tickets on the internet, man, you will bow down in court. I know this for a fact. I done seen it. I know these people real names. That's why they get put in straitjackets. Then they come out with this whole fallacy like they beat something. You ain't beat nothing. You pled it. What? To the charge, to a lesser charge. You ain't beat nothing. Listen what I'm telling y'all, man. All that stuff, as I close, y'all know what Roger Elvick is. As we close, somebody did anybody research what Roger Elvick is as I close? So anybody coming to you with this paper stuff, that's Roger Elvick talk. You will be put in that category as a domestic terrorist, foreign and abroad. You will be put in that same category. When you talk about you finna expatriate from this de facto government, you will be put in that same category as a domestic terrorist. I'm telling you. So why would you want anyone to play with you with that? And Bobby Hemmett told y'all this back in the day. So why would anybody play with that stuff today? You should be like, man, thank you, brother, for illuminating that, because you 100% right. Because if I wasn't right, it wouldn't be a plethora of people on the internet still telling you how to do this stuff, Negroes. And you look in the comments, it ain't nothing but Negroes, some Moors, because you be seeing the L and the Bays. Oh, I need that lesson. I need that. I need that. Really? So clearly you don't have a true map in the guide, because if you did, you wouldn't even be dealing with that paper terrorist stuff. Somebody trying to sell you something, but they ain't never did it. Well, you can do this, you can do this. After you do all that, what? Nothing. Think about what I'm saying. You get anybody on those videos or on those things, you get a person that really did that and let them tell you what will happen when they went through it all. From the beginning, tell them what happened. Nothing. Because nothing, when you put nothing in it and you try to get something, you're not going to get nothing. Now you can get something, what? Your ass locked up. You can get audited. You can get harassed, which happens all the time. They'll tell you about the horror stories. This is what I'm telling brothers, don't do this. People should be, it should be a difference, because there's too many brothers on the internet telling y'all, you can file this, you can be like the Amish, but okay, and then when you do all that pseudo paperwork, and then would say if you get audited or they want you to come prove what you're saying in the course of the law, you don't even know what to say. Oops. Come on now, you ain't even prepared. So when they start talking the language of the courts, that language, because in all science is a language, I'm gonna make you what? Hang yourself. Because I'm gonna say, what religion you part of? What you a part of? Where it's at? Where your peers? All this stuff a person telling you to do, you're not no sovereign citizen. You're not nothing by yourself. And all that stuff they telling you to do, they're not gonna be there defending you in your best interest as your legal representative. Shit, you don't even know their names. You know fictitious names. You follow podcasts. So when a person giving you this information and according to law say, where did you get this information from? Oh, I got this information from I just say Big Baby Davis. Who is Big Baby Davis? See, let me pull him up on the internet. That's his name. That's all I know. And what did he? Let's watch his videos. What did he be talking about? This is what you do. So we pull up Big Baby Davis, and I tell you this is this person's real name, and I show you the background of this stuff, and I show you how they've been promulgating this bull crap, and they just keep reinventing themselves and sliding through the cracks, then what? That's what we want? So somebody have to say this stuff, man. Look with your eyes. Look clearly. Ask questions. It's fugazi. Just like one of my nobles said, he was like, Sheik, you just a clean glass and a dirty glass. Why? Because you would talk freely about what's going on right now today. And everybody have to look at themselves. And most people will stand up and get the hell away. Why? Because I'm talking about you. Truth has no size. It's like a lion. It'll stand and defend itself by itself, die on the sword. It's only going to be a few that's righteous like that lion. And them going to be and that's going to be the pack, just like the wolf pack. We're not the ones that's weird. This is what I tell brother. I say, you're not the one that's weird, brother. Your eye is open. Our eyes is open. We ain't took no oath. We ain't hustling our people. We gonna do it the right way. It's just like we building our foundation on solid ground. We ain't building it on no dust. We ain't building it on no sand. We real architects. It's gonna be done the right way. From no bullcrap, from the people. From the people, from what we giving to Uncle Sam. That's how we're gonna build our temple and school and our libraries and our study center. That's how we're gonna do it. And we're gonna stand tall as Moors. We don't diss spirit, we don't diss the biblical scriptures. We from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood. We don't diss biblical text. We don't diss no text. We can't. How? Because we understand it. Somebody has to teach it the right way. I'm not no Al-Islam Muslim. I tell people this all day. The Moorish Quran is not no Al-Islam gathered and compiled book. I tell my brothers and sisters this as well. So we have to be willing to stand behind something that's solid, because everybody have the right to know who they are in history, to ask questions. A lot of stuff you're not going to get in school. Luckily, I was initiated and introduced to a lot that I bring back freely. I have the pleasure and the, how can I say, y'all, the hard work establishing our own charter. I had the pleasure and the pain to see our own people know what I'm talking about and won't be 5%ers. I see it today, right now. I saw it in academia. A lot of the stuff that was given to me wasn't given to no melanated people. That's why I don't have a problem with my European Jews or my Anglo-Saxon Jews or my Anglo-Saxon Masons or my professors that I've met. Why? Because the wisdom, they 5%ers just like me. And I'm bringing it back to my people. Something that we might not have known, all the mysteries, all the stuff that the prophet said he did. He was taking the wool off all the secret societies. I'm just revealing all the scrolls as well in the flesh, showing you what a God man can do. It was like, wait a minute, man. I'm just painting a picture for you. And then with the history and law, I can't come with nothing but history and law. I can't come up with my own word because it can be researched. That's why I give facts, and I can't be sincerely wrong. Because if I'm sincerely wrong, that means I'm wrong. And I have to be sincere to say, well, you know, I was wrong. But if I'm not sincerely wrong on my cipher and my wisdom that I delivered to my brothers and sisters, I think I've courted my brothers and sisters long enough for we can go to the next level.
Yep.
I really do. I really believe that we can go to the next level. What? The brick and mortar. The brick and mortar for everything that I'm saying, to give me a chance. So y'all can say, oh, he made $7 million like the certain that he ain't do nothing with it. Give me the chance to do that. I guarantee you'll see what happens. That's why I said, put it on me. Let's see what we can do. Huh?
The things will change at that moment.
That's what I'm saying. Put it on me. Let's give it a chance. Let's give it a chance. And don't nobody, y'all, what I be telling you don't have to do nothing extra, because everybody get a tax and receipt. Once you know what I'm talking about, and once we educate it and re-educate it on money and on tax exempt status and tax code and law, I say ask the tax preparer. Ask a person that know tax law if what I'm saying is valid. And so how you can build infrastructure and we can do things in our community with the money that we giving Uncle Sam willingly. It can be ciphered to our religious organization and we can build infrastructure right in our community. I have a blueprint. The furniture, all like the prophet said, the house is already built. The furniture is there, live in it. I'm telling y'all, I have a blueprint. I just need y'all. Trust me. Because I know I won't let the people down. I know it because I did it with pennies. When my muftis met me, they met me in my mission. They met me spending all my money getting a building. They met me having a high school. I'm not from Arizona. I'm from Flint, Michigan. Born in Tampa, Florida, a little city called Plant City. I travel on my own dime. People be like, really thinking we got some $1 million operation. Be hitting me up all day like, man, can we get this? I said, dude, we a small organization. We look big because my brothers. Without them, we wouldn't look like this because we do. That's who we are on paper. We small but mighty. Our spirit is big. Our love is big. So a lot of stuff these big organizations be doing, we do it on a small level. I know a group of fraternity Negroes, they gave one kid $500 for a scholarship. Me and my dad did that. Me and my dad. Ain't nobody talk about it. When the dude went to graduate, he got his master's degree, he was like, well, y'all know Shikari Goodman Band, Mitch Goodman, they did this. Oh, for real? Yeah. Nobody talk about it all. You've been helping me for years. Yeah, I know. For real? Yeah. At our own ministry. All my brothers travel under ministry. If they want to do what they do, they travel as ministers. You talk to the people, hey man, do y'all take tax exempt status in your hotels and all this? Yes. It's a way to do things the right way because we are a real organization. And we can operate with the people's help. And if the people understand that, man, and we'll see infrastructure, we don't have to complain about who did it. All you got to do is hold us accountable. That's all I'm saying, man. And I know we can do it. And that's why I'm so motivated, man, with everything. My solar return is Monday. I don't know who sent them donations, man. Thank you for whoever that was. But thank y'all, man. But I know we can do this. I have no doubt in my mind because I'm seeing churches do it. I'm seeing all these organizations doing, and they're not giving the people taxes and receipts. And so that means they paying taxes twice, not knowing they already done paid taxes with the church because they donated and they didn't get a taxes and receipt. And people working at church for free and they not getting an in-kind service, another receipt to claim. Oh man, we doing a disservice. And so all the money is going in our pockets, and there's no infrastructures, there's no after-school activities, there's no libraries, there's no gardens, there's no mentorship. They don't own no homes in the neighborhoods, none of that. And we can. We ain't sending kids to school to be brick masons, to be skills, nothing. And we can. How? With the real donation, with a real infrastructure. I'm telling you, I've seen it. And I know it, just like the mega churches and just like all my Jewish friends, they churches, they operate off donations. But then they have grant writers when they apply for grants. But most of it, they operate off the donations. And people get a taxes and receipt because they don't want to give all their money to Uncle Sam. They support their religious and charitable contribution. And that's how they do community work in a community. That's how they buy things under their religious society. That's how they make elementary schools, high schools, daycares, learning centers. That's how all that comes from that. Then they under their religious rights. This is what I'm telling people, infrastructure. That's the only way we can do this stuff, y'all. And I'm telling you, it can be done. But once again, man, thank y'all. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. Just thank y'all for tuning in with this cipher. But anytime we just have these regular ciphers, anybody can ask anything, long as it's no slander or nothing, but long as it's self-experiences to help you, because we can talk about a whole bunch of what ifs. We don't want to do a whole bunch of what ifs. We want your story. Because your story probably helps someone else. Because someone might be ashamed to be like, yeah, man, these people hustled me, told me they would go nationalize me and my kids, we got this. And then I told you that stamp, they got it from Office Max to Staples, and all your paperwork and all your information is sitting in somebody's damn drawer. And then they say, and then they be having an expiration date on it. Your Temple and School ID shouldn't expire because you don't expire. Why? Because this is a lifelong thing. It's supposed to be. That's about standing on your square. This ain't just nothing you join and you done. This is something for you and your kids. That's why it's supposed to be a spiritual house. That's why we're supposed to build infrastructure. That's what this is supposed to be about. The kids supposed to be in it. You see the kids, babies with fezzes and turbans on. Why? Because they see the daddies and the uncles and they uncles' muftis and they friends and they wives and they see that camaraderie and they see them doing things together in the community, having meetings and picnics and all those things. You know, don't get caught up in the word picnic, but you know, gatherings and all that. You see that type of culture. How? With the money that we give Uncle Sam, and we don't have to complain about no one. And that's all. That's my mission, y'all. to show that in the flesh, and it can be done. I know it because I've seen people give to something on a hope and a dream, and some people dream was scattered, but that was that. But I'm telling you, those that's rocking with us, I'm telling you, we can do something beautiful. You and I and everybody, we can have something beautiful that nobody can't touch. Shoot, we about building the first year. Have our ordination. Have everybody come see the temple with all the computer labs, with the gym. You know, with what we purchase, what's in the pot, what come in each month. So how we keep the lights on, all off small donations. Just imagine 300 people giving 300 people giving $100 a month. That's 360,000 tax dollars a year. That don't hurt nobody pockets. That's $1,200 a year. Most people that's working, that ain't gonna offset your taxes because it ain't nothing, especially if you're making at least 40 grand. But imagine what we can do with 360,000 coming in. And people say that's pennies. Not in the city of Flint. Now how I know how to do business. Not in the city of Flint. Why? Because we're going to buy something, bam, off the top. And now we're working off the capital because nobody don't want it but us. So we're going to work a deal out. Boom. Now we're working off this capital. And then we got that money coming in like this. And then as it come in more and more and more and more and more, man, we're going to buy everything in our neighborhood. Now we're going to have a religious community. I'm telling you what I know. I know how to do this stuff. Why? Because you just pick a community. Pick one. Hell, when I show people the demographics in the city of Flint, but pick one. That's how you take over the community. How? With culture. Not no church. Not no church, a whole bunch of people coming and going, and then when it's over, it's gone. No. Culture, people from that community that's educated and anointed with a brotherhood that can come back and people can see, parents can see, especially the Masons. They know. I'm telling y'all, man, these Mason brothers, they know what I'm talking about. As I close, because I can go on and on. I'm done though. The Mason brothers, I love y'all. They know, man. The Nation of Islam brothers, they know too. They know. All right, what's the document? The Negro, the Indian, aka is the Blackamoor. Am I saying that right, Nobles?
Yep, you said that right.
Can somebody? I don't know if somebody had that connected show that, because y'all can download that. And I want y'all to read it for yourself. I'm throwing y'all an alley-oop. If you can't find it, all you got to do is hit me up, and I'll give it to y'all. And take your time to read it. And it's get your tea, get your herb, get whatever you do, get in the spirit, talk to the spirit, say, you know, Holy Spirit, whatever you are woo with, but like before I get into this, let me have an open mind and an understanding that everything that I thought, may it remove from me, and let me be able to fill myself with something that may help me and change my life and open my eye and my panel. Why? To accept truth. You have to do that because it's going to reveal some things. You're going to ask yourself some questions because you should. It's called the Negro is the Indian, aka the Blackamoor, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it. That's the name of it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
That's the name of it. And when y'all go through that piece of document, when you see me next time or you ask some questions, you're gonna be like sheep. And then when you get to the last page on the bottom, read. And this is another thing about academia. You got to read the preface. You got to read everything when you read it to give you an understanding. A preface in the Bible will tell you something, but I ain't gonna give it to you today. When you read the preface of a Bible, you'll be like, damn, I ain't never read that. I know you haven't. It's right in the preface. But anyway, in this document, Malik crazy. But on this document, on the last page, it says that it was delivered to the lost and found Nation of Islam in North America, you know, Far Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, blah, 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 in the 30s and the 60s. So what I'm saying, if you read at the bottom, that means all these elders, all these brothers that say they was part of the Nation of Islam, I don't care where they say they was at, especially my brother from Detroit. You know what I'm talking about. Why? Because that document on the bottom, I told you, when people, like Malik said, it's always going to be a record of things. All you got to do is look. You say what, Malik?
I said Farrakhan just spilled all the beans about Moorish science and explained the Moorish science, Freemason, what it all means, Harama beef, and all of that. He just spoke it to his whole congregation, and it probably went over his whole congregation head. The only ones that understood it was the Moors sitting in the audience.
And remember, I showed y'all that was Founders Day in about, like, I think it was 2015 when he talked about Noble Drew Ali bringing this type of Islam to the North American Negro. He said Noble Drew Ali. But on that document, it says that it was delivered to North American Muslims in the 30s and the 60s. So the Nation of Islam had that document. So if that's the case, and even in that document, you see how they passed out ID cards and all that, and they was teaching more science. What changed? What changed? Something changed. I'm telling you, something changed when we let other people come to us and we act like it's a mystery. We don't know what people is. Y'all got to remember now. I don't want to say too much, but it go together, and I can't leave y'all like a Hansel and Gretel movie. Y'all know I'm from Flint, Michigan. I told y'all I did a whole report when I was young. Get my it was my 2-year degree from community college, from Mott Community College. Then I transferred to Cleary, but I did a whole research on the nation and what was going on in Detroit. And when I saw a lot of other religious people back then, like the brother Rudolph, that was part of the Watchtower, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and there was this another brother, a European, that was speaking radical. And then when people be saying they don't know something, and then when you get real documents, and I'm able to blow stuff up, and they say that ain't so-called Fard Muhammad, but that's Ugan Ali right next to him, then boom, they'd be like, what you mean? I'd be like, well, you will see. And what happened in Detroit, nobody can deny what the hell I'm talking about. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm telling you what I see. You can't say you don't know who this person is and that picture ain't them. And then let's blow the picture up. And right next to the brother, you got Ugan Ali, a brother. So you telling me that's not Ugan Ali? Noble Alonzo? Somebody better talk to me. And then I'll be saying, like, I know what goes on and I know what area. And when people say, well, no, I'm talking about a Jehovah's Witness book that's in people's hands, because a lot of the stuff that's being promulgated and the science come from the Watchtower. No disrespect. Even in the Red Book, a lot of the square root of the mile and all this, I sent this to my muftis. That's come from the World Almanacs. Everything, word from word. So ain't nobody that wise and wisdom. I'll be telling y'all, no disrespect to no one. If you're not going to give credit to the wisdom, just like in academia, and tell where the science come from, just like people try to discredit Noble Drew Ali and say he plagiarized some Aquarian Gospels, Eliseus Levi was nothing but a transcriber. I'm telling you the same way with this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling y'all, can't nobody be mad. I got an A++. I still got all the periodicals. I still got all of, when they were talking about these, they looked at it was crazy because they would sacrifice the brother and they killed him. And then people say, well, that ain't Fard Muhammad. I say, well, who is this brother that they got the picture on, that the brother Melchizedek say, well, that is him. And the other people say it ain't. Okay, well, let's blow the picture up that they got. And the brother sitting right next to him is Ugan Ali. So you telling me that's not Ugan Ali, my brothers and sisters? That's all I'm saying. Blow it up. This is what I'm saying. We have to look at our own selves and say, okay, let's start being honest. Let's start looking things. Let's see who's been playing with us. So with that being said, I thank y'all. And like Malik said, yes, he might have pulled the wool over of Masons, Malik, but he is a Mason. So what wool can you pull over something that you are?
No, I said it went over his congregation's head is what I said.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, absolutely. Because he's not teaching that.
Right.
And that means he close to transitioning. You know, everybody gets close to transitioning at that age, get to telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You see, Malik, and I'm glad my brother was able and see. One thing I know, my brothers be having an eye. My brother said it. So as we close, there go the document. As my brother said, all these brothers was Masons. Carter G. Woodson, Dr. Bean, all them brothers was a form of Masonry. All of them, every last one of them. Hell, Haile Selassie was a Mason.
He told about esoteric and esoteric wisdom, right? He told about the compass and the square, how the compass has 360 degrees of knowledge and the square has 360 degrees of knowledge, and that's 720. And he said Freemasons only have 32 and 33 degrees. He said if you raise 32 and 33 degrees at a 720, you got a lot of degrees left to learn. And that's what the shallow grave is, because you're only learning 32 and 33 degrees at a 720. Shallow.
And now, see, Malik, and that's just a tittle of it. And I'm saying he just scratched the earth because he had to. And like, because I won't say yes, I have to say because the oath has been taken, he just scratched the surface of what is common, what you can look up, what anybody can look up. But see, we take this deeper to that where that shallow grave of Freemasonry is. I'm gonna have to. I taught this last week, and I'm glad. You see how the spirit just bring things up. When my European colleagues like, y'all been listening, y'all sheep been telling y'all this for a long time. He younger than all of them. He telling you have to deal with the one. Because I told y'all what's the shallow grave. They know it. That's what an acacia tree is. They act like they don't know what it is. Who's buried there? What the European master masons don't want their profane world to know. They still playing. Ask them who's buried in the shallow grave. Ask them who Haram Abith is. See, that's what you want to know, because the other stuff is elementary.
It's a more.
That's what they're not going to tell you, because all that stuff you can look up. People can tell me what's in that coffin, that's in that symbology, and what that acacia, who was in that tomb.
Jebel, the ones who put him there was Jebel, Jablu, and Jablim.
And the killing of Haram Abith. So if you're a Mason, especially a Prince Hall Mason, tell that analogy. They ain't gonna tell that. See, this is the thing. These brothers steady in the shallow grave. They're not bringing you whole and attack. They keep telling them that you a widow son. This is what I'm telling people.
I like wearing my jacket. I like wearing my member's jacket out. I wore it today for my grandson's basketball game. He was like, "Well, I like it."
This is what I'm telling people. I said, I hear that. They ain't telling people. They still promulgating that widow son. We ain't no widow son. Tell them what's the killing of Haram Abith, and tell them about it. Tell them about it. They not gonna do it.
Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it.
You see, the Masonic coffin and the Africa's acacia tree, the prefix of Mort, all the stuff I broke down. When you see all those symbology, those tombs, all the tombs got the acacia leaf on it, indigenous to a certain area. I'm telling you, man. And see, they're not going to go that deep because they can't. They're only going to go, it's a Hansel and Gretel. When I be talking, I'll be like Hansel and Gretel. If I say that around them, they'll be like, oh shit. Remember I say shedding the light out, not shedding the light out like it's a disrespect, but they're going to be quiet. Why? Because I can stand up and tell and talk all the degrees. 99, 33 times 3, ancient right. Freemore's right. I'm coming with 99 degrees. I'm coming with my scimitar. I'm coming with my tassel swinging all ways. Why? Because no oath, I'm coming with 99 degrees. Ancient right of Memphis and Mildred, I'm coming with the scimitar. I'm coming with the fire. Why? And I can't be denied. Why? Because truth proves all. That's why. I'm going to show you none of the Negroes is ancient. I'm going to show you this. I already done it. I'm going to show you the Masonic story of Haram Abith. I already displayed that. I'm going to show you how the religion plus slavery equals Freemasonry. You see? I'm going to show y'all, I show people what the falseness of the widowed son is. And there can be no widow while Allah is the husbandman. How the hell can it be? How can you be a Freemason, call yourself some widowed son? The last thing, what Masons know is the first thing I teach all Muslims. So I don't know what nobody talk about. I'm telling you, it's crap. What? Tell them the Freemason, tell Farrakhan, tell them the story of Jebel, and Jablim. Tell them that in the Bible. What you mean? Who is Jebel? Who is Jebella and Jablim? The symbolic names of Jebella, and Jablim. Shelter the shame, shelter the identities of the assassin of Haram Abith, aka the widow son. Ask them about that. You see? Let's just remove the veil, what the prophet did. Let's talk about the acacia tree. For all my brothers that's in fraternities that act like they don't know, oh, I just named it after a plant, I thought it was dope. Man, stop the cap. Is you making a mockery? Let's talk about the truth of it is. When I show you documents, let's talk about what Prince Hall really is. 1735, 1807. Let's talk about these things. But people act like they can't. You can't be free.
The symbology of buried in a shallow grave. It's all masonry.
Nothing Prince Hall Masonry, you can't be nothing free. Blacks have no rights.
No, I said I was saying that's the exact example of Haram Abith.
Yep. Yahshua said the truth will make you free. You know? And when you see Washington's Masonic apron, the origin of the apron began in loincloth, and the last piece of yoked and caravan across the burning sands of old Africa into the Illuminati's New World Order that took over the United States during the 1914 Woodrow Wilson presidency. Remember, the purpose of a loincloth is to hide shame and dishonor of being made that the semblance of God man. And the quiz for the student, you got to examine with care each symbol on the Masonic apron. And remember, the sole purpose of Freemasonry is the what? Subjugation of what? Africans and all Africans, of Africa and all Africans. Consider the story of Haram Abith. With these three keys, you got to see if you can now interpret the meaning of the loincloth worn by the confirmed Masons and why they are sworn to remember Moors made them. I'm telling y'all, every Scottish Rite Mason, yes, they'll tell you that they're a son of a Muslim, but the Negro Mason will say they're a widow son. That's why I'm telling you, I don't have no problem with my European Masons. My professor says, Sheikh, you gotta start your own. I don't have no problem with my European Masons. I'm looking at my brothers, and they keep calling themselves a widow son. I don't even have to go no further with the snowman wisdom. You know, it ain't no reason. You know, when I show you all the symbology, the shrine, the underground Islam, you know, the Freemasonry underground to Islam.
We can't get one day. They got to come to class.
Yeah. So thank y'all for y'all time. Come to class and learn. I can show you this stuff. And I ain't mad at nobody, but we got to stop this stuff, man, and stop looking at the other man. We the ones. So it's what it is. Thank y'all again for listening to little old me. Support your brother. I love y'all. And we don't have to take no oath. You wear your fez freely. You wear your turban freely as a Muslim. Not no brother out here promulgate no hate. As a Moorish American, your religious rights to do that and get it from a brother that can get it to you. We show you how to tie your turban and everything. So thank y'all again, man. If anybody don't have nothing, give us our prayer, our benediction, and we about this piece.
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation, by night and by day. His holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen Ashay, Shalom Aleichem, Ba'ashar, Islamism, peace, 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 peace.
I don't know if Novo Alonzo's still here. Anybody got our benediction?
Alonzo not here.
Alonzo probably, Alonzo be moving. Anybody got our benediction?
Allah, Beaver.
Right. Okay, well, be well. All is love. May the benefit of the Creator, may it bless you, may it illuminate you, may it magnify all your endeavors. Never go into nothing with criminal behavior. We operate on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when those orders are violated, justice must then take its case. But remember, we don't have to do nothing by illegal ways. We don't, because we are divine and we have this cipher. You have brothers that love you here, that will give you the truth no matter how you feel. So thank y'all for taking time out y'all day. Subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube page and just throw out some positive vibrations. And thank y'all, man, and support however you can. Please tune in. If you can just share this. Join us for Sunday school workout as my noble Malik Reedale. He usually do it on Saturday and Sunday. And as we continue to build, we only can build with you. So everyone is welcome. I promise y'all, everyone is welcome. And watch what we build in the flesh with the right people. I love y'all. And remember, y'all see that document. What's the name of the document again, Malik?
The real Indian is the Negro, the AKA Black or Moor.
So y'all can just Google that in your search bar. Google that. It should pop up at the PDF, and you download it and you read it, and you have it for your file. And we'll be able to build on it more. And my nobles can talk about it as we do a little bit more about the science. So thank y'all again.
Peace.
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 I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of me. have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun. It's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at